one who break up with me. I broke up with him before, but
is he back home?
yeah, he's in Maine. So my parents are really upset at me. I changed my plane ticket to come home at the end of the semester to the day, and I asked my roommate to bring me to the airport, and I didn't tell my parents I was coming home or anything, and I had him pick me up. So we went to one of his friend's houses in Maine for like a week, and they didn't know where I was, and I had called my roommate, and she said I went home, and I wasn't at home. So I just felt like they wouldn't be okay with me coming home. I mean, I wasn't even really sure I wanted to go to college, and when I left, I kind of felt like they were happy to get rid of me because I wasn't being the good Christian girl that they thought I should be after I graduated. And I wasn't. I admit that. But still not. But I feel like they're ashamed of me. And I feel like they don't support me, and they don't care what I want from my life. They have their own idea of who I should be, and I don't measure up to that.
So
yeah,
you're home in Maine now. The semester is not over, so obviously somehow they discovered that you weren't at school.
I think they must have called my roommate. I don't know how they found out, but they did, and they said, we just want you to be okay. But when I went home, they were happy for like a day, and then it was, why did you drop out? Why didn't you tell us? What are you going to do now with your life? Why didn't you stay in college? You're going to have to get a job. You're going to have to move out. And we live in Dover, Foxcroft, Maine. There's like nothing there. There's no jobs. So I don't know what I'm going to do. And I probably should have thought that through ahead of time. But I just felt like I was in crisis. Like I just couldn't take being alone there anymore, worrying. And
so you just said that you felt like you were in crisis. Can you tell me more about that? Like, did something happen, or was it?
I think it was just the combination of being alone, like no friends or anything there. I was just constantly by myself.
How long?
3 weeks, which
that feels like a long time.
It felt like a really long time.
I mean,
like
you had
even a couple
other
days.
students. Were there other students there for the January term? Just not
There's
as many?
probably like a quarter of the population of students.
Okay.
So like a lot of the activities and stuff were closed, and none of my friends were there. Neither of my roommates were there. Not that I was really close to them, but at least it was another person around.
Right.
So one night I felt like I just cannot do this anymore. I don't want to be here. I don't want to do this. So I thought, well, I can just go back.
I'm hearing that while you felt like that for the January term, though, that there was ambivalence even before the January term.
Oh, yeah. I never visited the college we went to. That's what makes me feel like they just wanted to get rid of me, because they were just like, oh, this college accepted you. You don't care if you want to go or not. You're going to this college. And it was far away from my boyfriend, which I think probably was why they wanted me to go there.
Mom and Dad don't like the boyfriend?
No. I started dating him because he liked me, which was probably a bad reason. But he was into a lot of things that I wasn't. So he was a pretty bad influence, and at that point I didn't trust my parents anymore. I don't feel like they have my best interest in mind. I feel like they don't care what I think or feel or what I want my life to look like. Like I said, I feel like they just had like an idea of what they wanted, and I don't want that.
So they wanted you to go to college, and you you didn't really want to go to college?
No, but I didn't have another plan, so I was like, well, I guess I will, because what else am I gonna do in Dover Foxcroft, Maine with, I could work at the mill, which, no thank you.
Yeah, I know the area.
Yeah.
Driven through it, going from one large city to another large city.
Yeah.
Sort of large city.
Nothing there.
You're kind of going off into the wilderness at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not a lot of places to have an employment there.
No. And like I said, I really didn't think things through, other than I felt like I could not be there anymore, even 1 second more. I just needed to leave.
When you came home, you said mom and dad were happy for like a day, and then they had a lot of questions. How did you answer their questions? Like they say, what are you thinking? What were you going to do? Like, did you have an honest conversation? Like, I didn't want to go to that college. I didn't like being at that college. I've been struggling the entire time. I mean, was this all news to them when you came home?
They knew that my grades weren't great. I didn't really know what I wanted to do for a career. So I applied to nursing and got in, but I had no idea how hard nursing classes were. And nobody ever said like, oh, hey, if you don't like nursing, you could change your major. It was like, you're stuck here, you got the scholarship for this, and you're stuck here.
And
basically.
I'm going to go out on a limb here, but I kind of sense like you don't really want to disappoint them. I don't feel like there's any way that I can't, because I feel like I already have so much. And my mom is really high achieving, and so is my older brother, and I'm the second oldest, so everything I do is held up to his standard, which I just don't measure up to. I'm not the same person as him. That's a lot. Yeah. There's a lot going on there. It is. Some things that were before now that the school situation kind of brought into a crisis, kind of shown a magnifying glass on. You say that you feel like you have disappointed them for quite a while, and that they wanted to give you some kind of direction and purpose they didn't perceive you had, so they kind of just pushed you into college. Yeah. And then, there's obvious ambivalence about going to college, about being in college. Yeah. A lot of hurt. You feel like they don't care how you feel. Yeah. And that you've disappointed them, and that makes you sad. Because none of us want to disappoint our parents. No, that's true. And I also sense there's some ambivalence about your boyfriend too. You said you'd broken up with him and then you got back together with him, but you also said that you didn't think he was a particularly good influence on you either. Yeah. Is he just kind of holding space? Yeah. I think it's like the alternative to coming home and living with my parents was like, oh, well, I could just stay with him. But he's still in high school. He lives with his mom. That's not gonna happen, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. What about other family members? You have an older brother. What's your older brother up to? Is he? He goes to Worcester Polytech in Worcester, Mass. Piper, you're not being very helpful to Ellen right now. You can boot her off if she's in the way. Fine. She thinks that everybody feels better if they pet her. I think he probably is disappointed in me too. Why do you say that? Because he just has a certain mindset in his mind about who I am. And he was raised by my parents who have similar, very rigid views on what you should be, I guess. Yeah. Sounds like to me like you feel like both your parents and your boyfriend don't really know you
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah. But I don't know if they want to.